Hey guys, Gabe here with Realty on Wheels, and for those of you who have not seen any of my videos, what I do is I like to put content and information out there for people that are in reference to real estate. And so one of the biggest things that has happened is I've just been so busy, I haven't had a lot of studio time. So instead what I do is I spend so much time commuting that I decided that I will use that time to record videos. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it's informative for you. In this particular video, I will be talking about contracts, and more specifically, the purchase and sale contract in the state of Tennessee. I'm gonna go over some of the, what are some of the areas, what are some of the things to look at. So whether you're a buyer or a seller, these are some of the important factors for you to take in and really read through and understand a little bit more. So hopefully this provides you some good foundational knowledge. Obviously, I always recommend that you work with a realtor, not just because I'm a realtor. I've been an investor for way longer than I've been a realtor, and I've always used a realtor because there is a level of expertise that realtors bring to the table that is very useful and beneficial. So that being said, so let's kind of go through it. And obviously I don't have a contract in front of me, so I can't go in particular order just because it's gonna come to my brain as it comes to my brain. But one of the first things I want to talk about is in the contract, you're gonna have who the buyer is, who the seller is, the property address, and then you're gonna have the parcel, the tax information. Essentially, that's not tax payments or anything like that. It's just properties. We see them as an address, but a lot of times the tax sees them as not necessarily just a property address, but as a parcel of land, and that parcel of land has a number. It's actually usually mixed letters and numbers, and then it's referenced to a book where in the courthouse, I think these days it's all digital. I don't think they have physical books anymore, but essentially what it is it's saying that in this book on this page is the deed of this property. So that being said, that's kind of what's referenced to up there. That's not a big deal. That's not for you to really pay attention to. And I'll be honest with you, even if it's not right, the title company will pick up on it. The title company should make it right. But 9 out of 10 times it usually is, because realtors have access to tax records. So that's at the top. Then I think the next kind of big thing is the purchase price. So you're gonna have your purchase price on there, and it's pretty much gonna say whatever you're offering on the property. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the price you're gonna pay for it. You may negotiate later down. You may end up paying more. There's a lot of variables, but that's what you're essentially offering. That's what you're saying you're willing to pay. Okay, so then we're gonna kind of move on from there. And then the next item that I say is a big deal or that I perceive as a big deal in the contracts is going to be your home inspection. I normally put anywhere between 7 to 10 days for the home inspection period. And what that does is it actually allows for the home inspector to get out there with enough time and enough due diligence period, essentially, right? So you have your inspection period, but within that same section, you have what's called the resolution period. So what happens is that you now have your inspection. Let's say it's a 7-day inspection. The inspector comes out in 3 or 4 days. You review the inspection, you look at it. By day 7, you have to have a proposal in, which a proposal is pretty much just what you're telling the seller. If you're the buyer, it's what you're telling the seller that you are essentially wanting to be repaired. If you are the seller, then that period is the period that the buyer is required to submit a proposal, a repair proposal. So that happens after 7 days. Then I normally put the 3-day resolution period. That's the next item on that list. You have your resolution period. I normally put 3 days, which means after the proposal sent over, there's essentially 3 days to come up to a meeting of the minds on what repairs are going to be done, or price changes, or anything of that nature. So that being said, I usually do 3-day resolution after a 7-day inspection. Then you're going to have your lead base, anything I think built before 1978. I'm not sure if it's 68 or 78. I would have to, it says it in the document, which is why I don't memorize it, because it's in the actual purchase and sale state document. But anything before 68 or 78, you are required by law to sign a lead-based paint disclosure, right? Which, if you're the seller, pretty much you're saying that you are not aware of any lead-based paint, or you are aware of lead-based paint. If you are the buyer, you're signing off that you're essentially signing off that you that you're okay with there being lead-based paint, or that you're okay with there not being lead-based paint. You're just pretty much signing off the disclosure. And again, I would read that document a little bit, just because there is a lot of information within that. You also have, so there's also a document called the property disclosure, but we'll go over that in another video. Then you have your closing date in the document, and I think that's the next big item, is your closing date. And your closing date is essentially what day you're going to close on the property. So that being said, again, not very complicated. Just what day. Usually this is about 30 days in, is usually what the closing date is. It's pretty standard if it's financed property. Trying to parallel park while I do this video. But yeah, so it's usually, like I said, usually about 30 days for closing. It's most common. And then and then ultimately that's pretty much, and then you have the title company in there as well. You could do dual title companies. That means each person has their own title company they go close at, or you can both share the same. It's actually most common for people to share the same title company. So that's a very brief description of the purchase and sale. If you have any more questions, or you want more information on it, if you want me to go deeper into it, let me know, and I'll actually get deeper into the contract and actually go specifically do videos for each kind of section of it. But those are kind of the main points of the contract that I would say are pretty important for you to look at and see whether you're a buyer or a seller. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and tell me you like it. Give me a thumbs up on that. And if you see my information and my content is relevant and helpful to you, please go ahead and subscribe to my page, and that'll keep me making some of these videos and doing things like this for you guys. So I am going to walk into an event I have with my brokerage, but I will see you guys again tomorrow with some more videos. Thanks for watching.